All right, folks, welcome back to the Night's Watch. I'm Jacob.
I'm Alex.
And Jesus Christ, folks, we're here.
We're here.
We're there. We're finally at the end of the road.
Last preseason game was last night. First game's on Wednesday. And we're here. We made it through summer.
And God almighty, I need something to distract me because I was furloughed from my job yesterday.
Yay.
Thanks to the government. So
Thanks.
That's been nice. Just been kind of sitting around, rotting.
Thinking about hockey? I hope so.
Yeah, well, that's what I do at the office anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, at least you're getting paid while doing that at the office.
Yeah. But anyways, 4 days?
Today's the 4th, so 4 days.
By this time this comes out, we'll just say 3.
3 days, because it'll come out probably tomorrow. And, I mean, I went to the game last night, had a good time. Obviously, we lost to the Sharks, but again, it's preseason. Not something to worry too much about.
Well, Alex, hang on there. Aren't you worried? Aren't you worried about this team's preseason? Is it too early to worry?
You worry. It's too early to worry. Like the first month of the year. Like,
yeah.
if your team goes 0-10 to start October, then maybe worry a little bit. But like if you're like 5-5 or whatever, the first 10 games, you're like, okay, it's 10 games, so you still got a whole 70 other games to go. Literally, you don't. Once you start worrying, it's like Thanksgiving if your team is dog shit, and they shouldn't be.
It just cracks me up because every year, every preseason, there's all these overreactions. Either one, it's like, oh my god, did you see what Demidov did to some ECHL lifer? And I'm like, okay, cool.
Did you?
Or the other way, like with us, like, oh my god, we barely scored this preseason. What's wrong with us? And I'm like, calm down.
Have you considered most of the lines are new?
Have you considered that this is a glorified practice scrimmage that they found a way to make money off of?
Yeah. And then half of them were being played with, like, Matthias Cataford as the first line center, and Joe Fleming scored a goal the other night. It was sick. He scored a goal, but that's the other thing to consider is it doesn't matter. For these NHL guys, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They know it doesn't matter. They're just there to get their timing back and get back in shape. And even so, like, honestly, like, I saw a lot of things this preseason that I did like.
I like that new third line. I mean, we'll get into it, obviously, talk about camp and everything. But a few things before we get into camp. There's some huge signings this week. Of the hugest, Kirill Kaprizov signed $8 by $17 million. Minnesota just got out from cap hell with those 2 buyouts, and then they immediately got
back in.
Right back in. Don't get me wrong, Kaprizov is awesome. He's a great player, but he hasn't had a healthy season in how many years?
Ever,
if that. And he's only really playing. Jesus Christ, dude. He's only really playing half the season last year, and he was great when he's in, but are you only going to be paying a guy for 50 games a year, $17 million?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. At the end of the day, I think he's worth $17 million to them. Mm-hmm. Because I think if, you're Bill Guerin and you look at your roster and you're just like, what are we without Kaprizov? And the answer is well, you might as well start another rebuild.
Yeah, rebuild around Boldy and Rossi and Weber. You're kind of nothing without that guy, right?
Yeah, so it's like, I don't want to say he's not worth it, but at the same time, I'm like, well, he sure as shit did not leave anything on the table.
No. And then, they took advantage of it with the owner going, any number. And it's like, you fucking shot yourself in the foot there. I mean, now Jack's number goes up, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe we're negotiating at 13 or something, and now he's at 15 because he knows he can get it,
that's
right?
That's what I assume.
But then Hughes got signed for 7 by 9. Lacombe got signed for 8 by 9. Mm-hmm. And then Ingram went to... Those are the 2 big ones. I mean, I think the Lacombe one's going to age really well, just because how good he actually was for the Ducks.
Yeah, that kid is, like, insanely talented.
And everybody going, like, well, Lacombe for Team USA over Lane Hudson. I'm like, yeah, because Jackson Lacombe is good at defense.
Yeah.
He plays both ways.
Yeah, he's excellent at defense.
Yeah, and then Luke Hughes should be better, hopefully healthy for the Devils. And, I think those are 2 great signings. And again, we said this before. How well are those Hannafin and Theo
Oh,
signing's gonna. Those contracts are aging already great.
yeah, $7 million.
Yeah.
About for each.
Yeah,
That's-
7 change. It's like nothing.
No,
Like,
no, literally.
it's good. There as the cap goes up now.
I said they're giving RFAs $9 million lottery tickets, so we get $7 million each for proven products.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that,
I'm very okay with that.
especially given that they're right in that perfect age of their prime.
Yeah,
right in lockstep with Marner and Eichel.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think those are going to
It's
be
kind of crazy to think about. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, that really is like the new core.
Marner, Eichel, Theo, Hannafin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're all 27 to 30. I think Theo's the oldest of the group, and then Hill's still only in his mid 20s, right?
Yeah,
I don't
so
know, but late 20s.
yeah, because for a while you think of when you thought of the core, I did anyways. I always thought of like Stone, Petro,
Carlson,
Marchessault.
and then like yeah, you're right. Like that's the core, and they're building around it, right? Like Dory, and then Korzak, and building those younger pieces around them. That's a good point.
Are you worried about the Dorofiev contract now that Eichel's number probably just went to like at least 14?
Well, I'll be worried if we haven't. So I'll be worried if we haven't signed him by Christmas, and he's on track to beat his goal total from last year. Like, say for example, we hit Christmas, right, and that's like about maybe let's say we hit the halfway point. And he's unsigned, and he has scored
Eichel or Dorofiev?
Dorofiev.
Okay.
And he has scored at this point, let's say, 20 goals. 20 to 25. We're screwed. Because his number is going to be, $8 million for 2 years, $9 million for 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously with Jack that's going to be the decider, right? Because what you signed Jack for is what you have left for Dory. And with,
And you kind of see that we've been seeing that with teams, right? It's like they have one contract that they're fighting tooth and nail for, and as soon as that gets signed, they immediately sign the other guy because okay, we know what we're working with now. Like with Lacombe, they didn't sign. They spent all summer trying to sign Mason McTavish. The second it happens, like okay, give the rest to Lacombe.
Yeah, give the remainder. Yeah, and that's good to lock those guys up. I mean, I what is beneficial for us is Dory's and RFA, right?
Yeah.
And regardless, we hold his rights unless we trade him for something. And that's kind of the good part here. It's just what does Jack want is what is kind of hurt us with the Kaprizov contract.
Yeah. I hate it when like fans get into this mindset too much, but I think in this case, he really is going to have to leave something on the table if he wants this team to be good.
Yeah, if he wants to win and he wants to win multiple cups.
Because I think we only have like 7 forwards signed after next year.
Yeah, I mean,
even if you don't bring back the old guys, you're going to have to replace them with someone.
I mean, I think Smith and Sod will come back with if they play well, they'll come back. But yeah, I mean, then the year after that's Stone's last year, right? And Carlson's last year. It kind of all starts stacking up. I mean, they're well planned contracts to where like one your major guy is off contract, at alternating times. But yeah, I mean, like you said, that shoe's got to drop to know what we can actually do in the future, right? But we'll see. Hopefully, from everybody that's been talking, it's been like they want to get a contract done before the season starts.
It still seems much less contentious than McDavid or
it's much less
what Kaprizov was.
It's much less in the news.
McDavid was like contentious. Like I think he's just like, yeah, I'm not signing.
Yeah, no. It's
there's no fight. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It is contention, and it's not nearly in the
because as whatever he tells them, they'll just say yes, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas at Kaprizov, that was obviously more of an emotional negotiate. Did you see that video with Billy Guerin? They had the press conference with Kaprizov after he signed, and reporter was like, "Oh, are you excited to be back with the team and give it your all?" Blah blah blah. And Guerin cuts him off. He's like, "You fucking better be."
And that's what I like because Guerin did it like, jokingly too. Like, and then everybody was giggling, and everybody's first reaction is like, "Well." Yeah, I'm like, shut up. Like
no,
he's having fun.
That was my first thought. I'm not even a Minnesota fan.
Oh,
you fucking better be.
Yeah, no, absolutely, he better be happy. Like all jokes aside, he better be fucking happy with this contract because
you just got the richest steal in NHL history.
Yep, you just reset the market for superstar forward. So It's all going to be modeled off of your shit from now on.
That being said, though, will he reset the market? Because it sounds like Eichel really wants to stay here. And,
I'm saying reset the market for guys that want the bag, right? You know what I mean? Like, whereas like Eichel is happy and he's willing to stay, right? And he's just negotiating a number. McDavid's been pretty vocal about, yeah, he'll stay, but you got to do something about the team around me.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I feel like Eichel and McDavid are both going to come in way lower, and then I wouldn't be surprised if that immediately turns to ammunition. Like, well, oh, you want more than McDavid?
True.
Hell no. Look, Kaprizov got 17. Yeah, okay, well, that's not our situation. That's
it's like the Huberdeau thing too. I'm sure Steve's like, well, Huberdeau got this much, and they're like, well, fuck Jonathan Huberdeau. He was playing like shit in Calgary.
Yeah, or like Jeremy Swayman.
Yeah.
Remember all the talk? Oh, he's taken it upon himself to set the market for number one goalies, and then he immediately shit the bed.
He sets the market for barely number two goalies.
Well, I say he set the market in a way where I don't know if you noticed, but Jesse Granger posted something about how teams are locking up their number one goalies. You know, Aiden Hill signed last year. Philip Gustafsson just signed.
Yeah, and that was a great contract.
And they're all in the 5s and 6s, and I'm like, yeah. He set the market.
Yeah,
Dostal, like Swayman set the market in that everyone was like, yeah, we're not paying $8 million for a fucking goalie because
you're not Connor Hellebuck. Yeah,
exactly. Look how badly this kid shit the bed.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to get.
So if anything, Jeremy Swayman is guaranteed that starting goalies are going to make less money now.
Yeah, Jeremy Swayman guaranteed that his contract's going to be used as a model, as like a joke, just like the Darnell Nurse contract, right? Or Seth Jones, like, yeah, these are ridiculous for a reason. We're not paying you that much money.
This is what happens when you take a risk on a goalie.
Yeah. Speaking of the Oilers, though, they traded for Connor Ingram, who will start. He will start in Bakersfield, but I don't foresee it taking long for him to make it to Edmonton.
Oh no, he'll be up there by like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, probably sooner. Just depending how bad they're going to be. But he's a good goaltender, and I think he's a good 1B, even 2, but I don't think this solves their problem. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's probably better than what they got. But
yeah, but he's going to Edmonton, and he's had to struggle with mental health, right? I think he was OCD and some other mental health issues.
And it's a high-pressure environment, let's say.
Extremely high pressure, yeah. I mean, just look at the media and everything. They have to have a goddamn press conference for every little thing they fucking do out there. And I mean, look what they did. I know, what's his name? Campbell was not great, but
no, he was fucking awful.
But he had entered the player assistance program after all the shit he dealt with in Edmonton, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if Ingram's gonna be able to handle getting death threats sent to him, like they did with Skinner and Skinner's wife and their kids, right? Like, is he gonna be? How is that gonna work out? He's gonna want to leave after, a typical fan interaction of them being pieces of shit. Like,
unfortunately, that's just a prerequisite for playing in Canada.
I guess so.
You have to add that to your resume. Like, can you deal with death threats? Yes or no? Are you comfortable with people saying they want to kill your children? Yes or no?
Yeah, and if you say no, you're not a team player, and you're going to be villainized by the entire city of Toronto.
Yep.
But those are the major league news. But we want to talk about camp. Camp just ended.
Yeah.
Preseason just ended. We opened it up a little bit with preseason. Again, are you worried that we didn't score enough goals in the preseason?
Yeah, Alex, as we all know, preseason is the biggest indicator of regular season.
Yeah,
and postseason.
The league team with the best record in preseason means they're going to win the cup automatically, right?
Well, can I pose a question to you?
Mm-hmm.
Hockey mind that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name me the record of one single preseason that we've had? Like wins and losses.
This one we went.
Not this one.
not the most recent one. No.
Which, to be honest, I couldn't tell you this one either.
I think we went like 2-4 or whatever. How many games we played? 3-4, something like that. But
I can't even tell you how many games we played.
I think 6 or 7. But whatever. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not gonna remember.
Point being, it's meaningless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you what the biggest indicator of success that we had in this preseason? Everyone came out relatively healthy.
Mm-hmm. Dory should be playing game 1. I know he got injured in game 1, I think, of the playoffs. Yeah. And he was skating with the team yesterday. Yesterday he should be ready for opening night, so that's good. And
Lauzon played last night, so
Lauzon looked like a fucking wrecking ball. We're watching it right now. He immediately challenged. Was that Vinny DiHernay?
No, that was some kid that.
Oh, stepped up to him.
Yeah, got his shit rocked immediately.
And like, yeah, it just look at this. Just bounces off of Lauzon's face and just. Yeah, I'm excited for Lauzon. This is the first time we got to see him actually play the entire time. He looks like a fucking just a wrecking ball out there. Like,
yeah,
he is ready to go. But yeah, I mean, really, preseason doesn't matter. It's more to look at like your prospects and how the younger guys are looking. Unfortunately, Schwint got claimed by the Panthers.
Yeah,
that's the sad. That was kind of my hope of he would be like the 13th.
So the Panthers were champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means they were last on the priority of the waiver wire. Mm-hmm. Which means if they waive him again, which they probably will tomorrow or within the next few days, we could claim him and send him straight to Henderson without him having to go to through waivers.
Oh, so if we so it's the opposite of what happened with Lavoie last year, right? Because Edmonton put him down, we claimed him, and then we put him down, and somebody else claimed him in front of Edmonton. So or somebody after Edmonton. So it was something weird where Edmonton got him back, and then we got him back again. And we're able to send him down to the AHL. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's true. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they only claimed him because they needed another center because of Barkov, right? They needed something, and he's proven that he could be a bottom six center. Which we'll see. I mean, those guys will float around. But what do you think of some of the prospects? What are some highlights for you? Like some of the guys that played in the preseason who look good to you, like. Outside of, obviously, the obvious, right? Marner, Eichel.
Yeah. My big takeaway was Alexander Holtz winning his spot back.
He started slow, but he's looked a lot better.
Well, I think he's gotten a lot better at the small things that fans don't really pay too much attention to,
The minutia of the game.
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy for me to laugh the other night when he missed that on that breakaway, and I was like, you missed. I didn't say it like that. I'm not that big of an asshole, but easy to laugh at things like that. But in reality, if you look at him, he's gotten a lot smarter in tight space and better at clearing the puck.
He scored last night, didn't he? That wicked shot. Yeah,
he was the only goal scored last night.
It was a nasty shot from the top of the circles, right?
Well, no, looks even then it was like I couldn't remember if he shot it or if he tipped it because he got close, but. The point being is that, instead of going for like a perfect snipe off the rush from the circle, he's doing those things. It's like, actually, I need to get in that mindset of just getting pucks to the net.
Yeah, getting it on net, someone else will clean it up. Your job is to throw it on the net or take, And
if that's one thing that has plagued this team for years and that I did notice in the preseason, which, again, it's preseason, but it's that mindset of just pass, play. And no one actually shoots, and they're just, as Cassidy said it, you're trying to pass it to the net. It's like, yeah, you can't do that.
Maybe they're just fucking with us, and they're like, someone will, they will shoot. Like we saw with Marner and Barbashev, Jack was shooting on that line. Someone will shoot, right? I'm not worried about that. It'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, Holtz looked good, and then Fleming looked solid. In his first.
Yeah.
Real being forward, right? This is his first year being a full-time forward. He just a wrecking ball out there. Cadford looked good, I think. Kamek looked good, and then I think, by no surprise to us because we know how good he is, but Carl Lindbaum looked excellent in the games he started.
Shit, Akira Schmid looked excellent.
Yeah, again, we don't need Carter Hart. Don't need him.
Nope,
I don't want him. But yeah, I mean. I was, there's guys that were like didn't show up, but there's plenty of guys that said, "Hey, I want a spot at least in the AHL, right?" Because these guys are playing for AHL spots and for the 13th, 14th forward, right?
Yeah, and just being like the first call up,
Yeah, and I think they all look good. I mean,
they did look good, but to me, and that's why I say credit to Holtz. He fucking went for it.
Yeah, he stood out. Yeah.
In a way that I don't know if Lavoie or Schwint did, and I think during the offseason it was easy for us to look at last year's roster and be like, well, Holtz is done. It's obviously going to be Lavoie or Schwint.
Well, the problem there is that we still have to sign Holtz, don't we?
We do, and it's going to be a complicated process. Puckpedia posted like a 40-minute video about like LTIR usage and like all this crazy cap shit that I frankly didn't understand. But like the name of the video was like Alexander Holtz is the RFA no one's talking about, and here's why it's so complicated. So I feel like, maybe we can watch it later. But I think they are going to sign him. I think it's just going to be at a very specific number, and I think some things have to happen first.
Yeah, I think you probably have to officially put Petro on LTIR and then probably like move some like bonus money around or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
so I am expecting him to sign.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
And like I said, it just goes to show that even when the roster seems pretty set, nothing's ever set. You got to take camp seriously.
Yeah.
You got to train hard. You got to play hard. You got to be smart and all that good stuff.
I mean, Holtz made the team comfortable with putting Lavoie, Schwint, Ronbjerg, Lachinsky, all those guys on like waivers, right? Like to get claimed by another team. Yeah, Schwint did get claimed, but they have confidence in Holtz at least for now. And that's also not to say that you can't bring up Lavoie or Ronbjerg or even Reinhardt looked pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say another standout for me was Griffin Reinhardt looked pretty
It's not
good.
Griffin. Griffin Reinhardt is
Sam
Reinhardt's
that's the other
shitty,
Reinhardt.
Yeah, shitty brother.
Which Reinhardt is this?
I don't know his first name. We're awful.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be playing with the Silver Knights, and we'll pick it up. But he looked really good, and then like I said, Kamek looks solid. I think he'll play. Maybe he'll play tonight. We'll see him we're gonna go to the Silver Knights game at 6. Maybe he'll be playing some minutes, but no, I mean, there's some guys you would like to be better. I think like one of them being Ronbjerg. I don't think he looked that great in anything. I mean,
he didn't, but he's still technically on the camp roster.
Mm-hmm. It's true,
So he survived all those cuts. I don't know if that's just his reputation from previous years or just us, not having that ice level coach mind, But,
True.
So yeah, I don't know. I think
maybe the Jakobs, Jacob and Demick and Brabenich, they could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think those guys always like pretty understood that they would be winning a spot, No,
and
it'd have to be pretty fucking miraculous.
Yeah, they're still decently young, right? But obviously the team really likes Hallam right now, and he's going to have a full first year of professional hockey in the Silver Knights.
Most of these kids, it's are these dudes,
young
guys.
Adults.
For me, the excitement has always been, Silver Knights. I want to see how they do on the Silver Knights. I want to see if the Silver Knights get younger and faster and more skilled.
And they'll be doing that this year, finally.
Instead of trying to hook and slash their way to a victory and then taking like 40 penalties and losing fucking 5-1.
Yeah, you don't, and then fighting over and over again, and then still losing. Not even 5-1. What was that Calgary game? Like 7-1 or 7-0 at one point. I'm like, just shoot me right now. Like,
I just hope we don't have any more periods where we don't get a single shot on goal.
Jesus Christ! I hope not. I mean, they've got young guys, right? They've got Cataford.
Well, and that's the thing to mention
Hallam
too, is that the young guy that has the most potential wasn't even there.
Yeah, Connolly. Yeah, he's injured, right?
Yeah, so who knows how that camp would have looked within there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he even would have won that spot from Holtz. Who knows?
Yeah.
Probably not, but you never know.
Yeah, exactly. But do you want anything else you want to talk about camp or anything, before we get into the start of the show, some hot takes?
I would say my 2 big takeaways from the regular roster. One, that Smith, Carlson, Stone line is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they look
absolutely disgusting,
nasty together. They look good. They look fast. Stone's shot is he looks good. He
looks sharp.
He looks in shape.
He was one of the sharper looking guys in preseason.
Yeah.
And then Smith and Carlson look very fast and very in shape. I just think it's going to be a fast, dynamic two-way line.
I think so.
They're going to chew up other teams and chew other teams up and fucking spit them out.
And like we were saying with Tyler last week, it's like, and then you throw the Eichel line over the boards, and then guess what's next? The Hurdle line, and then the Carlson line, and then God forbid maybe you finally get to the fourth line, and still then they're even really good. Like Sissons has looked good too in preseason and in camp, right? He's showing that there's a reason he was brought in here. Howden and Colasar are just their normal selves, right? Just looking good, right?
Well, and it's hard for that fourth line to really get an idea of how they're going to look in regular season, because the game that they are, Cassie is very publicly trying to encourage them to do, high forecheck, physical game. You're not really going to replicate that in preseason.
No, not at all.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then my other big takeaway is just that Jeremy Lauzon's a fucking animal, and I'm excited.
Oh my God. Like, seeing him for the first time last night, I'm like, holy shit.
We heard about it. You see the stats, you hear the stories, but I don't think we've had a physical presence like that since fucking Reeves was on the team.
Yeah, because you always wanted Haig to be that, and he never really was that. McNabb was that earlier in his career with us, but he's kind of like gone away from those heavy hits in recent years to be more of like a positioning game because he's getting a little bit older. But we haven't had a bruiser or a fighter, like a guy that's like this, like legit violent. Like you said, probably since Reeves. I'm like, he was out there in preseason last night just absolutely destroying these fucking teenagers.
Like, fucking hit
after
fight,
hit. Yeah.
Fucking a lot of scrambles. He was pissing the other team off.
Yep.
I just think that's definitely something that we have been lacking. We've always been a big, strong team, and we can get physical, but I would say before any of that, we're always a skill-first team,
Yes, absolutely.
It's almost like we're big enough where we usually don't get bullied, but now we have like a true hammer of our own to deploy.
Yeah, you definitely always need a deterrent, right? You always need that guy that you can throw out there, and you're not going to play him fucking 30 minutes a night, right? That's a guy that he can change the tone of a game pretty quickly, with a big hit or something physical in that game. That'll be the game could turn the other way, and you'll get the crowd into it. And
this is something that Cassidy said that I totally agree with, but we've seen with the finals the last 2 years and with how we got eliminated, physicality and forecheck, that's like back to being like a primary ingredient for championship hockey.
Yeah.
Not that it wasn't always, but there's a reason why we were willing to let Nick Waugh go, and it's because they wanted to change the identity of that fourth line, and instead of being like a heavy puck possession skill line, it's like, no, we need to get back to hits and forecheck and physicality, and
they all can do that.
And
I mean, look at Marner. He was forechecking. He was hitting in the corners too. Like, I don't know if you saw some of the game. He was throwing the body around. Like,
he almost reminded me of Marshy. I'm like, he's a feisty little guy, isn't he?
And he's even not that small. He's still a pretty big guy. Like, but yeah, I think that it's good now that you have another presence like that again. He's going to be scary.
And it's funny. Something McCrimmon said at the beginning of training camp. And I don't know if this is a slight against Marchessault or not, but he was talking about. He's like, well, you look at the guys that we lost from our cup team. A lot of skilled guys and whatever. He's like, but I think the player we missed the most was Carrier, because his speed and his forecheck was really what drove the identity of that fourth line, more so than Nick Waugh or Keegan Colasar. And it's true. We always talk about how that fourth line would just take over games, and Cassidy would start that fourth line almost every game. And yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully we can get back to that identity. Speed, physical, forecheck.
I think so.
Obviously, the top 9 are ultra skilled, so I'm not worried about offense at all. And even with Howden and Colasar, they both scored career highs last year. So
Howden had over 20 goals last year. So
it should be a very versatile fourth line.
Extremely, I agree. I think that's I'm extremely excited for. Obviously, we should be, but excited to see how that works out. You want to get into hot takes?
Yeah, we can do hot takes.
Bell of the ball.
Bell of the ball.
We were the beginning of this was like first 30 minutes felt like a little too serious. I don't know. Felt like a little.
Well, it's because we started recording without drinking. I'm only half a beer.
Yeah, I'm a full beer, and I'm a little loose. I'm getting loosey goosey. All right, hot takes. Do you want to lead off with a hot take, or I want to lead off with a hot take? I'm your guest in your house. You go first.
Okay. A Vegas specific hot take or a league wide hot take? Let's stick with Vegas for now.
Yeah, let's do Vegas for now.
Okay, so here's a hot take. I think the VGK entered November outside of a playoff spot. Because I was looking at the schedule again, and it's kind of tough.
Yeah,
it's kind of a tough first month. It's going to be a crowded first month, and I am not convinced that the chemistry is going to be there just yet. Obviously, I'm not worried long term. I think because even last year, Hurdle, he started off pretty slow, and eventually, for a while, he was playing like as a bottom six swinger for like half the season, and then he kind of popped off and exploded and became everyone's favorite player. But there was a few moments there, all the way up to like Christmas, January, where people were like, "Why the fuck did we trade for this guy?"
Yeah, yeah, it was worrying, right? I think we all had the same kind of thing where like I am starting to worry about Hurdle, and then fucking pedal to the metal, like
exactly. So I don't know. I think this is just going to be the first year that we have a slow start.
Yeah. Maybe
I'm not worried long term. I think we'll still finish on top of the division.
Yeah,
as noted by my season preview the other day. But I just feel like we're gonna have a bad start, and it's gonna get a lot of press because of Marner, and it's gonna be a huge talking point.
Yeah. They're like, oh, they bought their team, and they're not even in a playoff position in November. I'm like, it's November.
All these fucking YouTubers are gonna be making deep dives. Well, what happens when you try to buy your team, but there's no heart and no chemistry? And then this kind of leads in my second hot take. I think they're going to start off the year with Eichel and Marner together, but I don't think they're going to last very long. I think they're going to split them up.
I think so, too. I think it'll end up... like we talked about it with the... just kind of like we did the review of the team. I think we both had Marner with Hurdle, right? Mm-hmm. And then Dory up with Jack. And, I mean... I think it makes sense, right? Like and plus lines will change to the season, right?
Yeah, and granted, they only played like 2 games together, preseason games. You don't want to overreact, but I just feel like as I'm watching them play, I'm just like they're just too similar of players. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They play the same way. Like Marner's basically a center the way he plays.
Yeah,
and just the way they use their speed and the way they enter the zone and the way they pass, and I just. Obviously super talented players, and maybe in some situations you can load them up, but generally I just don't think they're going to work together. Like,
no, I can definitely see that. I think you're right. I think it'll definitely they'll mix them up. I think so. I mean, I can buy that one.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, hot take. Vegas has a slow start, but don't worry.
It'll be fine.
They'll rebound.
Don't worry. Everybody's going to worry, Jacob.
Don't worry. I'm telling you now, folks. Listen to me. Listen to the unemployed man in his house.
Don't worry.
I've
got more player specific ones than actual team overall.
Hit me with it.
Barbie is going to lead the team in goals.
I can totally see that. Well, he was on fire last year in the beginning until he got injured.
Yep.
Until he got fucking wrestler WWE hip slammed.
Oh, yeah, by Marcus Foligno.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
Yep.
But, no, I could totally see that, especially if he's playing with Eichel and or Marner or both.
Or if Dory plays up there with them and he's just collecting the rebounds, right?
Exactly. And it's, well, what was that Getzlaf quote that I said last time?
Oh, yeah.
Go to the front of the net and I'll make you a millionaire.
Yeah, that's what he's got to do. I think if he does that, I think we'll be kind of set, right?
He could have a Zach Hyman-esque season.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's no reason why he can't. And hopefully he stays healthy because, like you said, last year he was on track for, 30 plus, right? Mm-hmm. I think he was like in the 20s before he got injured or something, right?
Yeah, and then as we just got done talking about, our best players are primarily passers and playmakers. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I love this hot take.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll give you one more. Carlson's going to return to be a 50-plus point player.
That's I have an over-under kind of related to this, but I 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean,
because the way that third line's playing, I think I made this joke to you the other night when we were watching that line play and talking about how good they are. We're like, this team has kind of just been in a never-ending search for good line mates for William Karlsson, because nothing has really had the magic that Smith, Karlsson, Amadio had in the playoffs, the Cup run. And then last year he was playing with Holtz. He was playing with, all the call-ups. He's playing with basically Victor Olofsson, Tanner Pearson. He's playing with a lot of dudes that were
a lot of random guys. Yeah.
And it's kind of like the McNabb thing where it's like, well, he's so good that you can just, if you have someone new or someone that you need to get comfortable, just put him with Karlsson. Karlsson will take care of them.
Yeah.
Which is true.
And then plus he was injured for how long at the beginning of the year last year?
Exactly. But yeah, so now instead of being the guy like, oh, we'll just stick him with Karlsson. Karlsson will protect them. Now he's going to be in a position to thrive because
he's going to have Smith. He's going to have Stone.
He has Smith back, and then he's played with Stone before. He was on the wing. Granted that Karlsson, Eichel, Stone line was what powered us past Minnesota. And they just complement each other so well because Stone needs a fast center, and he is so good at getting pucks off the wall and making those little passes. And just the vision he has. I think it was their first preseason game. Again, preseason asterisk. But I swear to God, he did a little flip sauce pass that somehow perfectly anticipated exactly how fast Karlsson would be to skate into it for this great breakaway. And
wow, just look good.
They just have so much chemistry. It's going to be great.
I think so.
And on the flip side, I wouldn't be surprised if Stone has a pretty good year too.
I mean, people forget Stone was missing 15 games. He was over a point per game.
Yeah. Mark Stone, when healthy, is one of the best wingers in the NHL.
And people don't want to acknowledge that. He is fantastic. And, it's just he gets injured. But he looked good. I'm excited. Yeah, again, we're going back to being how excited we were. But I think Karlsson, his best year was obviously the first year, right? He had a ton of goals. And then he had a 30-30 season 2 years ago.
Okay, I got one more VGK hot take. And I feel bad because I feel like these are all kind of negative. I think it's just because I'm so high on the team that
you got to fight a negative. Yeah.
Well, it's like to be a hot take, it would have to be negative. Because I said we're going to win the President's Trophy. I'm like, that's not a hot take. I can see that.
Very bad. Yeah, we finished third in the league last year, fourth in the league.
Exactly. I'm like, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Another hot take. I think Shea Theodore finishes the year with less than 40 points.
Oh, I have the opposite take. I have Shea Theodore as a point per game player.
You got to remember, he will not be on the power play.
Yes, but he'll probably play the most ice time with Marner and Eichel.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, just the options for him on 5-on-5 to get points from, from the Hurdle and Dorofiev line or from Karlsson's. There's so many options that he and Hanifin can produce from. That I could see him finishing less than 42.
He'll be splitting a lot of time with Hanifin.
Yep.
He won't have power play time, and I think the highest points he's ever had is low 60s, mid 50s, low 60s. So,
but it also goes to say, do we know for sure he's not going to have power play time? Are we positive it's going to be a 5-forward power play?
It looks like it's shaping up to be that way, but as we know, things change early on in the season. Nothing's set in stone. Would not be surprised if they say, actually, we're going to go back to having a defenseman up there.
I'm sure they're going to try it out. I don't see why not.
Because last night he was still on the power play, but he was in Dorofiev's spot, which to me tells me...
Oh, he was on the circle to shoot.
Yeah, so to me that means we're not expecting this to be your permanent spot.
Yeah.
We're just using you as a placeholder until Dorofiev comes back.
Yeah, we're using you for your shot.
Exactly, so... That being said, stranger things have happened.
Yep. You said you got league-wide ones, right?
Yes.
How many you got?
3, I think.
I've got one.
Okay. Well,
I'll go one first. Let's get mine out of the way. An East and a West team that made the playoffs last year will severely underperform and not make the playoffs this year. And I'm going to call it and say it's going to be in the East will be the Leafs, and in the West it'll be the Jets.
James Myrtle, I think is his name, writer, sports writer. He did a piece talking about the Leafs and was like basically just like outlining why he thinks they're about to have an awful year, and like how much of their analytics last year were pumped up by Marner and also just by being a high PDO team. And I gotta say, it kind of put some doubt in my mind for the old Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I don't think that's wrong. I mean, my other like idea was like maybe like the Caps, right? Because they're kind of riding the high PDO bender, but the Caps are a little bit more talented and well-rounded.
Exactly, as we say, I think they're a little deeper.
Yeah,
and I like their defense a little more.
Yeah, totally.
Because like Toronto's defense is like, it's like 6 guys that are all good, but no one's great.
Yeah, like who's going to run that power play for them? Is it going to be OEL? Is it going to be...
that's why they had Marner on that power play last year, because they're like, actually, if we had the options between a 5th forward or Morgan Riley, would rather just have a 5th forward.
Yeah, no, totally. They have a lot of questions coming in. Yeah, I mean...
What about the West? Who do you think in the West could fall out?
I said the Jets.
The Jets?
Yeah. I just think... Well, here's
no,
the
yeah,
thing.
because
I'm between the Jets and LA. But LA is like kind of like an obvious choice because, the defense
Cody
is...
Ceci.
Yeah, Cody Ceci defense is really bad. But
you don't even
really
need to explain anything. You just hold up a picture of Cody Ceci and be like, need I say more?
Yeah.
Need I say more?
Just a mugshot of the man, like, he killed LA. But I could see that. But, like, the Jets more, it's... Well, that's the thing. I can't bet against the Jets because...
We always bet against them, and they always do well.
And, and Connor Hellebuyck. Like, Connor Hellebuck's the best regular season goaltender, period.
Well, that's the thing. One injury to him, or just say he burns out after back-to-back Vezina seasons, and 4 Nations and Olympics, and
he's playing a lot of hockey, yeah.
Yeah, and they play him, like, fucking way too many games a season. No, I could totally see that, because, to me, I talked about this in our preview, but... you lose Nick Ehlers. Adam Lowry's going to be out for the foreseeable future. You signed fucking Jonathan Toews, who's old and was bad the last time he played and hasn't played in like 2 or 3 years.
And you're
expecting him to be your 2C or your 3C with Vladimir Nemestikov as your 2C.
Yeah, your depth's already kind of fallen apart there, right? Like, yeah. And then you owe Gabriel Velarde money, I think, and yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, there's some question marks, and then again, we don't talk about them, and we should be. We don't talk about it in the same conversation of contracts. Kyle Connor's due a contract.
Yeah,
and you said what you've heard. It's like $13 million plus. Like
it could be. Yeah, like I keep seeing 12 or 13,
and now will be for sure because Kaprizov just got 17, and he's been healthier and has scored more goals than Kaprizov, and no one talks about Kyle Connor.
Isn't it nuts that how dramatically the cap landscape is changing? But yeah, isn't it crazy how like not that long ago they signed Scheifele and Hellebuyck to $8 million deals, and people are like, oh, that's solid, but that's first line center money. Ha.
Yeah, that's nothing now.
That contract was due today. That would be like a fucking
Scheifele.
Yeah, that'd be like
or Hellebuyck. I mean, Hellebuyck
either.
Yeah, either there would be $10 million plus. Maybe not Scheifele. Scheifele would be close to 9 to 10, but I mean, all Hellebuck's got to do is like Igor Shesterkin got paid what 11, I think, and he'd be like, I get more. I'm back-to-back Vezina. Like
I'm better than him.
Better than him. Like, come on now.
Why don't we round that up to 12?
Yeah, I'll give you the discount of fuck you, $12 million.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, those are going to age well, which I think, yeah, maybe they might have a down year this year, but they're going to have more money than people think. It's just trying to get people to play there is probably going to be the problem, right?
Oh, that's always the problem.
It's unfortunate because that town loves hockey and they love the Jets, but there's only 700,000 of them, and it's very, 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 very fucking cold in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Not a lot to do during the regular season.
No, but hey, I watched that NHL show on Amazon, the new season.
Mm-hmm. I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah,
I only watched the first 2 episodes. That they were pretty good. First season focused on both the Kachucks, but it kind of started to zero in more on Brady towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And it just showed him living his life in Ottawa and like going to a snowy park in the wintertime, and there's like a frozen trail, and he's taking his baby ice skating around the trail, and like
That's awesome.
It looks so
Picturesque.
cozy. Yeah. And then it would cut to Matthew, and Matthew's like, on his beachside
single
apartment,
man, single man life, living in fucking Miami.
Exactly. And I'm like, Florida, that's always going to be appealing.
Just how opposite their lives are right now, right?
But then I thought about it, I'm like, that like Canadian lifestyle, like that probably appeals to a lot of guys. It's quiet,
slow,
it's
quiet, yeah.
A lot of people like snow in the winter, like
yeah. I mean,
if you're a hockey player, you probably have a lot of good memories of chilly winters. You know?
Don't we have quite a few Manitoba boys, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Stone, Kolosar, and then doesn't McNabb live up there? Like he just goes and
like half the fucking team is from Manitoba.
Yeah, like doesn't McNabb go and like tend to farm during the summer and then comes back? Just he's like, hey guys,
exactly. So I think there are people like once they go to Winnipeg are probably like, oh, this isn't nearly as bad as people said it was.
No, I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I just think.
But as for this year, yeah, I can totally see
them falling out. Yeah,
having a slow start and then just because missing it's easier to miss the playoffs than you think.
Very.
You don't have to be ass. You just have to be just bad enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Have just bad enough of a start.
What are
one or two key injuries?
Leeway hot takes. You said you had a few.
Connor McDavid does not sign an extension with Edmonton. Not even a 1 year. He just doesn't sign
it. I'd call that a hot take because I could see that not something that they're not going to let happen. But man, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because like looking with like Kaprizov, right? Like where they were like they're far apart. They're this, and then within a couple days signs a fat ass contract. But the problem is McDavid's gonna be like, I've played my entire goddamn life in this goddamn city. I'm the best player in the world. I've been healthy. I am going to get paid more than 17. I mean, he could see it for himself. Like, it just depends on what he wants to do. Like,
well, and that's the thing. I don't even think he's going to be chasing the bag. I think he just wants to win. And when you're trying to convince a guy to stay, and you enter the year with him playing with fucking Andrew Mangiapane and fucking Trent Frederick,
like your best options for them.
Those are your first line wingers, Trent Frederick and Andrew Mangiapane.
Maybe that'll work out in the playoffs, right? Because you're forechecking, you're grinding as a team. But you have to get to the playoffs first.
You have to get to the playoffs first, and you have to win the cup. And I know it's easy to say, like, well, it's Florida both times, and what are the odds it'll be Florida again? And yeah,
very high.
Yeah, and they made quick work of us, but I don't know, man. Like I just don't think that's the way players think. And I think he's like, yeah, we had a great postseason with Vasily Podkolzin playing on Draisaitl's wing. But are we really going to be counting on that? Am I going to lock myself up here for my prime?
Yeah, Corey Perry's
counting
gone.
On that.
And like you said before, like they don't have anything in the pipeline.
Absolutely nothing.
It's what they have is on the team right now.
Exactly. So if Howard and Savoie don't like pop off and have like fucking random 30-goal rookie seasons, then what is he staying for?
Yeah,
the last 2 years of Zach Hyman's career.
Exactly. Or the last 2 years of his career, the last year of Ekholm's career. I mean, I buy it.
How many goals is he going to watch Bouchard and Nurse give up, knowing that that's like $20 million of the cap right there?
Yeah, or how many goals is he going to watch the three goaltenders give up, knowing that he can't do anything about it? Yeah, he can go out and score and have a sick highlight. Like
everyone's doing victory laps. Like, oh my god, they got Connor Ingram on a trade. Wow. Yeah, Connor Ingram's a good goalie, but like
he lost the net to Veggie last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like a guy that was a 1B on his team that he left, and it's like, yeah, he'll be better than I think he'll be better than Skinner and Picard, but like, what is there for McDavid to stay? Like,
what this makes me really think of is it makes me think of Elias Pettersson and with his extension, and remember it was becoming a story because he hadn't signed and it was going into the season, and then he signed and then he was bad, and I know there's a lot going on there and whatever with JT Miller and all that. And you could put it all on Pettersson and say, like, well, maybe he was just not that good. I don't think he just randomly forgot how to play hockey. What I deeply suspect is I think he just, in his heart of hearts, just didn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to leave. but he went against his instinct and said, "No, I don't want to be that guy. I want to.
Right.
I'm not going to be the guy that ditches the team that drafted him. I'm going to stick it out, and I'm going to do all those things that we tell hockey players that they have to do." And I think he fucking regretted it almost immediately. And now he's like, "Fuck, now I'm stuck here."
Yeah.
Like,
no, I think so.
And that's the same exact vibe I'm getting from McDavid. I think like. This could all be proven wrong to me. He could be signing the contract right fucking now.
Yeah. I could be editing this tomorrow, and as soon as I put it up, Connor McDavid signs for 8 by 15, 8 by 16 or something like that.
Yeah, so that it could be wrong. This could be dead wrong. I guess that's why it's a hot take. But
yeah,
I don't know. You just hear the way he talks about it, and
or doesn't talk about it at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he wants to stay there is because like Draisaitl really is his bestie.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves playing. Who wouldn't love playing your dream job with your best friend?
Yeah.
But like, I think in his heart of hearts, like, his instincts are just telling him like, I don't want to play here anymore.
Yeah.
There's plenty of reasons to like it. He's set up there. He has his family. He has all of his local connections. He's a hero and all that. But I don't know, man. Maybe that Four Nations, maybe that gave him a little bit of a taste of championship hockey, winning championship hockey.
Yeah, maybe maybe like we said, maybe he ends up in LA. Who knows? Or even Carolina. Like,
go to the East, man.
Don't get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Leave. Go play in Carolina or Montreal. Like,
and then the longer it goes on, I think the more the fans are gonna kind of start turning on him. We've already seen it a little bit.
I think the funniest part of this whole thing, like, not only are the Oilers fans like freaking the fuck out about it, but it's the delusion of Toronto fans that he's coming home. He's the hometown boy. I'm like, he's not going to Toronto. He wants to win. Like,
every single free agent that comes up, he's going to Toronto.
Yeah.
Our year.
Nope. Doesn't go to Toronto. What are your other league hot takes?
Well, this is one that I say every year, and it's becoming less and less of a hot take. But by golly, the Utah Mammoth will make the playoffs.
Agreed. I had them in, I think, 5th in the Central, or 4th? 4th. I think we had them in a playoff position.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not like this team? I mean, the forwards are young and good. The defense is good.
I've been saying this since like their last year of being the Coyotes, but I don't know why I just have a hard on for these players, but I mean, come on. Last year they probably would have made it if it wasn't for fucking Sean Dursey and
John Marino.
Yeah, getting like half their best blue line players getting fucking cast to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
then, hopefully they'll be healthy all year, right? Like,
yeah, and JJ Paterka. And there are just so many games the last 2 years when we play them, and they were just fucking all over us.
Yeah, and you had Schmidt too, who's a good bottom pairing defenseman, and
good
you've
veteran
got like,
in the room.
You've got
Cup
like
champion rings in the room.
Exactly, and you've got you got young guys that can come up and play like we talked about all those guys. Like, you've got so many options on the team, and then who's to say that they don't go out and take some of those young players to trade for somebody?
Yeah, they have a shit ton of cap space.
Like, what if
they're in a playoff spot, they're buying at the deadline.
To tie this back to Edmonton, what if Edmonton is like fucking last? Like, what if it just doesn't work and all collapses? Draisaitl gets injured, Skinner is dog shit. The defense is just not it, and McDavid's like, I'm not signing. Trade me somewhere. Mm-hmm. Who has that many prospects and picks? Utah.
Exactly. They have plenty. They have a war chest full of.
Who would go
prospects
that would be competing immediately? Utah.
I mean, they already did it this offseason. They got they had a JJ Paterka, and they give up. Yeah, you give up Josh Stone, but
so what?
You got plenty of young guys.
You could easily give up like Tijja Gindla, what's his name, Dmitry Shemishev, Daniil Boot. Like, you've got so many high end forwards and talent, and you could use that, and you've got all your picks still, right? Like, it's not like you.
Yeah, I think they can be like Carolina West.
Yes,
just like a small, fast, speedy team that can score,
and that'll good work. Goaltending too. Veggie's a good goaltender.
Yeah, and that'll. I don't know how far I'll pick them to go in the playoffs, but I think they should at least make the playoffs.
Yeah, I like the take. Make it, and then even if they're out
Clayton
first
Keller, superstar.
Yeah, Cooley's a future superstar. Gunther was great last year. Like, they have so many good players, and I mean, maybe they'll be knocked out in the first round by a more veteran team, right? Like, maybe they end up playing like Colorado or one of the Pacific teams, right?
Yeah.
Might not work out for them, but I think I buy it. I think this is the year. And you know what? If we come back this time next year, like, well, we were wrong last year, but
well, let me give you a hot take for next year in advance.
Let's do it again.
It's at the point where I'm gonna keep picking them until it happens.
Yeah, I think it'll happen eventually. I think it'll be this year too.
And then my final league take, I guess it's a player take, but just not a player for the Golden Knights. Sidney Crosby will not be traded.
No, that man's gonna die in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
He is going to. He's a lifer, and unless there's a falling out with like ownership or something like that, because at least with Marchand, there is clearly a falling out with GMs and ownership in Boston, right? And they just weren't happy with where the team was going and didn't think that they respected the team, respecting the players. Whereas in Pittsburgh, Sid's like that. He's the franchise.
Yeah.
They will wait on that man hand and foot anything he wants.
And frankly, like, they're still going to, even with him on the roster, like, they're so bad now that once they start selling pieces, like, they're probably still going to fucking get Gavin McKenna.
Yeah.
Like, I could totally see that. If anything, I think that's probably what Sid is waiting for. He's waiting for that to happen. So he's like, oh, finally I can pass the torch. The way Mario took care of me, I can take care of this kid. And
play with him for a year or two, right?
That'll complete the circle of my career.
And that's also goes to say that he is not showing his age at all.
Oh no, he's still
he is elite still.
Captain of Team Canada, baby.
Yeah, he is still totally elite and will be elite for the next few years. He shows no signs that he takes. Man's a fucking moose. Like, he takes crazy care of himself, ultra healthy. Like, I was on the wasn't it I don't know if it was like a Crosby specific thing or is the Amazon thing. They were like with him in like his house, and he's got like a picture of every
cup winning captain.
Yeah, cup winning captain
Except
on the wall.
For Colorado, we had a picture of McKinnon, who was not the captain.
Exactly, except for Landeskog. Poor Landy.
And I was like, sorry, Landeskog, but McKinnon's my boy.
And then he's just in there just training. I'm like, I
was like, show me the Stone picture.
Yeah, I'm like, give it to me. I want to see him.
Yeah, those other episodes I watched every time. They had a lot. The Kachuk one was very Four Nations focused, and every time I saw like Stone or Eichel or Cassidy in the background, I was like, whoa, there they are.
I see him. It's like the from the meme from oh my god, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
And
I was like, they're there. Yep.
Yeah. But no, I don't. I think you're right. I don't. Despite the huge amount of speculation, he's not going anywhere. And even if they wanted to trade him, they're going to ask for like so much back. That trade package is going to be multiple first round picks. It's going to be multiple, high end, not like just prospects, but like your prime, your number 1, 2, and 3 prospect. They're going back because you're still going to buy 3 years of Sidney Crosby, right? At least he shows no signs of slowing down. But yeah, I think you're right. And then maybe Dubas is righting some wrongs. He's waving. I mean, he's not righting wrong. The wrong was signing the contract, but he's he's waving Graves as of today, and I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. He's dog shit.
It's been fucking awful. I think Ryan Reeves just like beat the talent out of him.
Yeah, suffocated the talent out of him on the bottom of the pile. I saw that on our hockey where. It's like, what happened to him? I'm like, what happened to him? He's been bad. And there was a Colorado player who's like, what do you mean what happened to him?
Yeah.
And
it's just who he is.
And they're like, I thought, someone's like, that contract was like, was seen as great at the time. I'm like, who said that was a great contract at the time?
No, it wasn't.
It was a bad contract at the time. Like, he was not good in New Jersey.
I think the most optimistic thing people were saying when that contract was signed was like, well, maybe he'll bounce back.
Yeah, he was awful in New Jersey, and then in Colorado, he was only okay because he was riding shotgun with Makar. Of course, you're going to look good with Kale Makar. He's the best defenseman in the world.
Yep.
Like,
it's kind of like how Philip Roenick went to Vancouver and magically had a career resurgence once he started playing with Quinn Hughes.
Wow.
People are like, wow, Philip Roenick's actually way better than I thought he was. I'm like, or hear me out.
the guy he's paired with, huh?
Perhaps he's just playing with Quinn Hughes instead of Jeff Petrie.
Exactly.
Not that Petrie was on that team at that time.
Where did he come from? Roanoke was in Pittsburgh?
No, he was Detroit, I think.
Yeah, he was in Detroit.
I don't remember.
He was probably playing with Ben Triad or Justin Hull.
Yeah, or fucking whoever.
One of the corpses in Detroit. But you got any more hot takes?
No, I think that's it.
Think that's it? You got some over-unders? I know it's
one last hot take, actually. Steve Yzerman's going to get fucking fired.
Yeah, I like that. I think if they miss...
I've been a believer in the Yzer plan, and I'm tired of being made a fool of.
I think if they miss one more time, and this year is that one more time, I think they're going to be sick of it. I think ownership's going to be like, okay, we've given you this leash for how many years, and you haven't made the fucking playoffs.
Like, Dylan Larkin's going to fucking age out before he gets to playoffs. A single playoff game.
Didn't he draft Dylan Larkin?
Yeah, he's been there for fucking forever.
For like at least
either that or he came in like right after he was drafted.
Yeah,
it's like, well, we got our big draft piece. Time to start building.
Yeah, he's been there for 10 years. Like, yeah,
it's time to start building around our draft pick. Fucking 7 years later.
Yeah. I see. I buy that. I'll take that. I think. Yeah.
That one was just off the dome. I was just like, did I have anything else? And I was like, why not? Here's one.
I like it. I have a one off the dome. Jim Hiller will get fired halfway through the year.
I can see that, especially if they do underperform, like they might.
And it won't go back on Ken Holland. They'll be like, "Well, this is his first year of it being a GM."
That's an over/under. I should have wrote down.
How many coaches get fired?
Exactly. It's been a year or two since we've had a mass calling of coaches, so
we're
due.
Yeah, wasn't it? What, it was a couple of years ago, right? Where like within a month there was like 5 coaches fired, right?
Well, the year that we fired Gallant, that seemed to spark a chain reaction of like 2/3 of the league firing their coach.
I mean, and that's also goes to say like there's also good coaches out there, right? Like Tortorella and DeBoer and Tortorella and DeBoer are sitting out there. And there's other guys. There's other guys you can try too, right? Like hire an assistant or something, right? And no, I mean, I like that take, Stevie Y, but like, I don't know. I think patience is gonna wear thin on playoff teams, and if they underperform, you will see a lot of firings.
We're in a weird stage of the league right now, and maybe this isn't weird. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. But our first few years of being hockey fans when Vegas came in, it felt like half the league was like rebuilding, and now we're at the point where it's like, no, like all these teams are trying to get better and trying to be good. Pittsburgh is like legit the only team that's trying to tank.
Yeah.
Usually you have like at least 5 that are tanking.
Yeah.
So like, no matter how you slice it, there's gonna be teams that are not happy with where they are, and they're not gonna be happy with their coaching because they're
Is Lindy Ruff still the head coach of the Buffalo Sabres?
Yes, it's his final year though. So
yeah, we don't have a camera, but the face I made is like, well, yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, no, you're right because like what I would say. I mean, there's teams that are trying to compete that shouldn't, right? Like,
yeah, and don't get me wrong, like Seattle should not be trying to compete, but they clearly are trying.
Yeah.
So just by trying to compete, you're sending the message that okay, losing is not acceptable. So 16 teams are not going to make the playoffs, and you're going to be able to tell
pretty quickly what the divide is. Yeah, you might have some trap games here and there.
That means there'll be probably at least 14 teams that are pissed off and like looking to make a change.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. I mean, I don't know about Seattle. I mean, you never know because they got rid of Blysma last year.
They're just gonna keep doing one a year until someone clicks.
Hey, maybe John Tortorella can make those guys work harder. Or like, what if? But there's plenty of guys that their jobs are safe, right? But like, what happens in like trying to think. Travis Green's the head coach in New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they have what if they have a bad year?
Wait, no. Ottawa.
He's got a long leash in Ottawa.
Yeah, New Jersey is Sheldon Keefe.
Sheldon Keefe. That's right. So he might be okay. There's some guys that have some security, but you never know. Look what happened to Jim Montgomery.
Yeah. Insane.
Like,
God,
just...
Boston is so stupid. They think they're going to be better. They're not.
They're going to be dog shit. Like, they will be awful. And you know what they'll do? They'll fuck up a top 5 pick again. Like, I looked at the... it's always fun to go back to the 2015 draft.
And just look at how awful... just how badly they fumbled it.
It was... Because, you're like, oh, wow, look at the top end of this draft. And you're like, wow, look at all these players still going through. And there's Boston. 3 picks in a row.
2 awful and 1 mediocre.
Out of the league. Matthew Barzal.
Yeah.
And Kyle Connor a little bit later. I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, no, I think that's... I like your take, though. I think there's going to be more head coaching firings this year. I think there's going to be less patience for mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
For teams that ownership perceives should be good, even though...
We all know.
We know. Yeah,
we
know they're bad. So, we're going to talk about over-unders, play a little...
Yeah.
Prediction game.
Let me
pull up your notes.
Pull up my notes.
Mine ties in kind of to one of my hot takes. I'll do one of mine first.
Okay.
Over or under, Ivan Barbashev, 30 goals.
That's good because he had 20
mid-20s,
early mid-20s.
Yeah. And that's not out of the realm of possibility because their 2 highest scorers had over 30, right?
That's very true. And then it's also tricky because he started off on fire and then he fell apart.
Mm-hmm. Or he could be like Hurdle, where he starts off slow and then is on fire.
I'm going to take the under.
Under?
I think he'll still have a pretty healthy season, 20 plus for sure. I'd still put him at 20 plus.
Lock in 20 plus, yeah.
Yeah. I'll go under on the 30 just because I do believe in my heart of hearts that Marner will not be on that line to finish the year. And if Dorofiev goes up there, I think he'll be taking that responsibility.
I am going to put my faith in our cigarette vending machine and 30 plus.
I could totally see it.
Even if Dory goes up there, I could see him cleaning up rebounds, and just being in front of the net and just.
Oh yeah. Well, just stand there and something will bounce off you.
If that line happens, it's gonna remind me of the. Speaking of Dorofiev, is that line in the AHL when it was Maxim Marashev, Pavel Dorofiev, Paul Cotter. Yeah. It's going to be Ivan Barbashev, Pavel Dorofiev, Jack Eichel.
Yeah. Just a conservative American man and his 2 Russian friends.
Yeah, exactly. So you got one?
Yeah. I have 3. They're all VGK related.
Yeah, I've got 2 more too. Do you all mine, or do you want to go back and forth?
Let's go back and forth.
Yeah.
William Karlsson, over or under 70 points?
Ooh, 78. I like that number.
A little high, but not. He's passed it before.
Yes, once before, and then he's come close recently, and he's healthy.
Going to be playing with Riley Smith and Mark Stone. That's the only line that seems set in stone.
And
pardon the pun.
And even if somebody gets injured, he can still have the benefit of Brett Howden, or someone playing with him, right? 70 points. It's a lot for a third liner. It's a lot, but for Karlsson, I'm gonna go. Can I do this? I'm gonna go even.
Even? You can, go for it. Go
70
even.
70 even.
The number that I had a vision of the other day was 72 points. So I'm going to say over. I'm going to pencil them in for 72.
Were you looking at your phone ringing and saying 702? You're like, 72.
No, I just I saw something like, how many points will he have? And without thinking, I was like, 72.
Yeah, I mean, I can buy it.
I don't know why.
I can for sure buy it.
I think he's going to have 25 goals and fucking
a ton of assists.
Shit ton of assists with Smith and Stone.
If your third line center is scoring 70, that's insane, right? That's
and that's the thing. It's almost like I've been seeing the lineup get written out different ways. Is that the third line or is that the second line?
It could be the second line, right? And they could get more minutes because they're more defensively responsible. They could be the second line. Yeah, I buy it. I took even, but I could see over too.
Maybe I'm just being a little too optimistic.
Hey, optimism with William Karlsson's always good. Maybe not generally in life, but
but in this context, yes.
So I have one. Jack Eichel, over under 100 points.
Well, that will lead right up into my next one.
Coming off a career year, he's healthy again. He's got multiple options now. You know how good he was. You know he was a reason why Barbashev was scoring so much.
I want to put Tanner Pearson up there.
Yeah, and then might be playing with Marner, and if he's not, he might be playing with Pavel Dorofeyev. He's got a guy that's gonna be shooting a ton if they move Dory up there.
I want to take the over because I know he can have a 100-point season, and I want him to have a 100-point season just because I want him to have that notch in his belt and have the team have that notch in their belt. But I want to take the under.
But still over 90?
I think he'll be in that range. But
right where he finished last year, right?
I just think that so much of his game and the way of what he prides himself in and what makes this team successful is that two-way game. And yeah, if he started cheating offensively a little bit, he could get fucking 120 points, But I just don't think he is going to do that, and I don't think he wants to do that. I just think he's like so dedicated to playing a smart 200-foot game that and he just knows that, it's not about him getting points.
It's about the team winning, yeah.
Exactly.
It's more team mentality than him potting in on a few extra assists, right?
Yeah, so I guess I would sum that up by saying I think he has the ability to get 100+, but I just don't think he prioritizes those kind of personal milestones.
He'll just casually get 94 just because.
Yeah, exactly. 94 in like 76 games.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna. You said under.
Under, but an optimistic under.
Same. I think under, but I think it'll be close. Like you'll get to the point where like you're in game 81 and he's got like 96, and you're like, he might do it if he's got a couple points the next two games. He might have hit 100. But yeah, I think, like you said, optimistic under, where I know he can do it, but he'll still score a shit ton of points.
Yeah.
So,
well, that kind of leads into my next one. Mitch Marner over under 100 points.
You stole mine. You bitch.
To be fair, this was probably the first. It was probably the first one we both thought of.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because he hit the over last year, right? But I think that's the only year he's ever done it.
But, I mean, this year he's going to be playing with the best. I mean, not best, because Austin Matthews is great, right? He's playing with going to be.
That's the thing to think of, right? He's playing with the deepest team he's ever played on, but he's no longer going to have, the best.
All the responsibilities, right?
He's no longer going to have the best goal scorer of his generation playing on his line.
Yeah, true, but he's still going to have guys that can score. And I think he's going to get a lot of his assists off of power play goals, right? I mean, even then, that's to say, like, you slot him down. I don't know. I mean, I think it's in the similar vein of Eichel, right? Like, he doesn't have to do it anymore. But he's got the ability to. And I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go the over.
I like that. Well, not to be the sourpuss, but I'm taking the under. But with the caveat of it's kind of my same reasoning as it is with Eichel. I think he knows that he won't have to put up those kinds of points. And I just think the culture of the team is different. Where, Vegas is about winning hockey and not necessarily about personal accolades.
Yep.
And I think we saw that when Jack Eichel came here, and he went from being a captain to not even having a letter, and people were like, "Oh, is he going to be mad about that?" And nope, actually, he thrived.
Yep, he actually, essentially finished second in the Conn Smythe.
Did you see those comments where they were posting jersey headshots and they noticed Mitch didn't have an A? People were like, "Oh, Paul Marner's not going to be very happy. Time to start the shitstorm in the media." I'm like, I've actually haven't heard a single thing.
No, maybe because the the media isn't talking about his son like he's the fucking Antichrist and
exactly
ruining an entire city because he couldn't play hockey well.
And maybe also the city here or the team here, like I said, they just
a little chiller,
they're a little chiller, and there's just no room for that kind of mindset in that locker room.
No, I agree. No, I mean I could see the under, but like we said, he'll still be like into the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, hey, this team's gonna have multiple 90-point scorers, possibly multiple 30-plus goal scorers. I don't want to say it because I don't want it, but a team like this could win the President's Trophy pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I don't want it, but
oh yeah, and if I do, I only want it so we could break the curse and piss off people even more.
Exactly.
But that's too tall of an order for me right now.
Speaking of breaking the curse, did you see that? We simmed the season in NHL 26. I'm like, here's how I know NHL 26
it's always fucking
dog
wrong.
shit. It was Ottawa and Edmonton in the playoffs, and Ottawa won the Stanley Cup. I'm like, no, not at all. Like,
well, I think they picked Edmonton the last couple, and I'm like, well, close,
but no cigar.
close,
yeah.
But no championship.
Well, according to them, all the ones they had back in the 80s still count, right?
Well, that, and a lot of them seem to think that, like, making it twice, like 2 halves equal a whole or something. I'm like, no, not really.
If that did, we'd have a cup and a half, right?
We would. 1.5 banners.
Oh, speaking of banners, we haven't brought it up yet. We still have a little time. Did you see that shit with the Sharks where they put the wrong President's Trophy year, like by like 5 or 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, guy, how do you fucking do this? Like,
and then their center ice
looks like a butthole, like
yeah, a toothy butthole. The one that made me laugh was I think I sent it to the group chat, but someone was like, it's like, oh wow, it's like so fake President's Trophy banner and fake Stanley Cup inspired center ice design because we did it first and then the Panthers copied us 2 years in a row. But yeah, anywho, okay, whose turn is it?
I'm done. I'm out. You got one more?
I got one more, and I presented you with this one last year, and I'm afraid it's just going to be every year. Mark Stone, over or under 60 games played?
He was over last year.
Not by a lot, though.
Not by a lot. I'll take the over this year.
I'll take the over, too. I think...
he looks fast. He looks lean. He looks... as fast as Mark Stone can be, but, like... He looks like he's in shape and, like...
everyone loves to dog Mark Stone's skating, but you know what? He's first to a lot of pucks.
Yeah. It's just it's more positioning.
And I've never seen that man get caught on a breakaway.
Nope.
I'll take the over because I think whether it's you call it the second line or the third line, I think the fact of the matter is those top 3 lines are so loaded that it'll take some of those minutes off of them. And that'll just give them some longevity.
Yeah, little do we know, Swedish food is full of PEDs. So
yeah,
Carlson's pumped that into him.
Exactly. He's like, here, come have some Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, just full of horse meat.
Full of horse meat and steroids. He'll stay forever young, like William.
Yeah, like William, and maybe he'll grow some hair back.
Yeah, that's a tall order. If anything, more is going to fall out.
All the testosterone running through his body. But no, I'll take the over. I don't think it'll be much though. I think he'll miss a decent amount of games. I'm
at the point where I'm like he's just gonna miss a chunk every year.
I'll book it for he'll miss 10 games and he'll play 10 to 12 games. He'll play 70.
I like that. I'll 3 cheers to that.
And he'll have 75 points and no one will talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
those are hot takes, and then I guess to wrap it up. Since it is the night before Christmas, just any final thoughts, good or bad, on the team and any player, things you're excited for, things you're afraid of?
I'm afraid this team's actually going to sign Carter Hart.
Yeah.
You know what? Isn't it funny not to toot our own horns on this one? But we had our episode, and I think we called his contract at $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days later, Carter Hart's ready to sign with the Vegas Golden Knights for $2 million. I'm like, is somebody using our podcast as
I know, right?
information? Like, don't do that. I'm just a fucking idiot that's purely conjecture.
No, I'm actually super plugged into the team. I know these guys.
You know these guys. Yeah, we spoke with Golden Pipes once. We know the team. Yeah, I mean,
I got little birdies all over that rink.
You're like what's his name in Game of Thrones?
Yeah. my little birdies whisper things to me.
Yeah. I don't want him to get signed because of how good Schmid and Lindbaum both looked in preseason. Granted, again, it's preseason, but don't need him. And then I don't know, man. I mean, other than Petro needing to get into his thick, beautiful skull that you're done playing hockey, at least for this season. That's the only other thing I'd be worried about is the money. But forwards are solid. You might get an injury. Of course, you'll pick up injuries here and there, right? Every team goes through it, but you've got enough guys you could bring up to combat that. And there's, obviously Colasar, not Colasar, I'm sorry. Well, Colasar too, but Howden's got enough versatility to play up the lineup, right? A ton of guys do. You have Lavoie and Reinhardt and Reinberg, all, and Holtz, that can play defensively. You've got Hutton, Megna, and Coughlin, right? That all can pop in and play minutes if defense needs it. So it's not like I'm worried about depth. I think this is the deepest overall team we've had ever, right?
Oh yeah, easily.
Multiple options, and maybe kind of back to the goaltending thing. Can Hill kind of replicate his first half of the year, from last year, and stay healthy, stay consistent, have a good year again? I mean, it's not so much of like anything I'm worried about. It's more of like, can all these guys just play up to where they've played before?
Mm-hmm. No, agreed with all that. I also desperately hope we do not sign Carter Hart. There is a petition going around if you want to sign that.
I just don't trust signing up for petitions anymore because I feel like change.org can be used as a list for things to get me arrested for in the future.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But hopefully...
they're not looking at...
Hopefully Carter Hart signing is not going to... Then again, I might be classified as woke.
Yeah.
And that's as good as dead nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
I might sign it. I mean, I know Carolina, their fan base, right? And their season ticket holders launched a huge pushback against the news of both players. I'm just hoping there's enough... I'll sign it, but I hope there's enough of other fans that feel the same way as we do, is like, just because you're found, not guilty doesn't mean the incident didn't happen. And
that's what's been pissing me off, is people saying he was found innocent. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. He was found not guilty in the court of law. He was not found innocent of the incident. He was found not guilty for criminal charges.
He was not proven to be innocent. He was just, not found guilty enough.
Yeah. Yeah, to serve time or fines or anything. Like you said, keep in mind, he was found guilty in the civil lawsuit. So he is paying... They are all paying this woman civil fines for the incident, right? So yeah, I just don't. Again, we've talked about this how many weeks in a row. We don't need them.
We're gonna keep, and it's gonna keep coming up until actually what's today, the 4th?
4th. He can't be signed, and they can't announce signings until the 15th, I think.
Yeah.
Like you could negotiate the contract now, but you can't make you can't
actually sign it.
And register it until the 15th. So we'll see in a week and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he signs. It's just like, we deserve all the hate we're gonna get. I'm still gonna like this team. I'm still gonna root for the team. I'm just like,
there can't be any pretensions of character or
no.
What it means to be a Golden Knight, or that's...
Well, it's like with Edmonton, for example. They're like, well, we're a team. I'm like, you guys employed any team that employs Evander Kane. I'm like, immediately, no morals.
Yeah.
And he's just generally not a good person. With Patrick Kane too. Like, immediately. I'm like, not a good person.
Yeah.
Like, he, bullied a guy that got molested by a trainer. You aren't good people. But then again, kind of like the hockey culture.
But he's an American hero, Alex.
Yeah. And
Just remember how sick that Blackhawks run was.
No, not really.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a downer. We don't need him. But like, yeah, positive. Like something to think positively about is like, this team is deep. This team is good. Yeah, it's going to be a busy, season with the Olympic break. It's going to be a lot of games, but that's how you get tested as a playoff team, and that's how you can know if you're actually there, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is going to be the biggest litmus test of any season ever with how condensed it is for an actual, contender. Like, it'll weed out who is the Golden Knights and the Oilers versus who's the Devils and
yeah,
right, or Devils and the Habs, right? So,
yeah, I think if my own, feelings as the season kicks off here, I'm still deeply worried about not having Pietrangelo,
mm-hmm.
and that by extension makes me worry about the goalies. But I do think that this is the best four lines we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best four lines in the league. And I think this is probably, even with Petro's absence, this is probably the deepest, best roster we've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. If we were able to make this all work and Pietrangelo was still on the team, I'm like, well, we're done. Like, we don't even talk.
And obviously, in retrospect, it's easy to say that the Cup team was the best team because they won the Cup. But before that season started, we were not picking them to win the Cup.
No.
We weren't even sure if they were going to make the fucking playoffs.
Because the year before that, we missed, right?
Exactly. And we missed, and it looked like we hadn't done a ton to address anything. Other than signing Phil Kessel, which should have been the sign that we were going to win the Cup. But, yeah, I don't know. I have high hopes for this season.
I do.
And I just hope I hope they live up to it so we can rub everyone's big, fat fucking nose in it.
Yep. What I live for is having fun with my team, but also gloating.
Yes, I love gloating. I love saving comments of people that are shit-talking and then coming back to them like 4 months later and be like, yeah, I bet you regret. Oh, I thought Vegas was whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah, I've got one more year left on that shitty comment from the guy that was like, well, Ivan Morozov is going to come back. Call me in 2 years. I'm like, okay. Or a year. I don't know what the fuck it was. Like, it was 2 years. I'm like, well, Ivan Morozov, this is the guy you're getting yourself worked up over?
I'm like, Ivan Morozov's already like in his mid-20s, isn't he?
Yes.
Like, he's not even like a prospect anymore.
No.
He's just like a random guy that we technically have the rights to.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm like, we'll see. I mean, I have high hopes, as we should. This is a good team. It's the best team we've had on paper. We've got Mitch Marner. We've got Jack Eichel. Pavel Dorofia. Everybody's healthy.
Yeah.
This is the first time in a while we're going into a season fully healthy from number 1 to number 6 defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
All the goaltenders are healthy. Ready to go. We're not like Colorado where we got half the team on LTIR already, or we're not like Edmonton with Hyman on LTIR. I always said Pietrangelo, right? But like that was a known quantity, and that's why they reshaped the defense, right?
Exactly.
But wasn't these last minute things of like, oh yeah, they're done until they're not playing until like November.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But I tell you what, I'm really looking forward to. Not even just going to games, but I'm just really looking forward to getting with my friends, having some beers, and watching games.
There he is. There's our fucking wrecking ball already wrecking balls. You know, and then we'll have to figure out what we're doing for opening night. I think we're talking about going to Tyler's or Lance's or.
Yeah, everyone was pretty drunk, so I'm not sure where we landed on that, but
we're getting together to watch it. Yeah, and we'll have a good time.
We'll figure it out.
Hockey's upon us, guys. It's exciting. Here. You know what the best part is? You get to stay gold.
Wow. Stay gold, and God bless all my fellow furloughed federal employees.